I'm gonna give myself 24 hours to recreate that tennis game from Wii Sports. I want it to be just like the actual game, so that means AI bots, animations, and physical hand gesture controls. Problem is, I don't really know what I'm doing. This is my second time trying to make a game, but at the end of the day, I don't think anybody knows what they're doing, so let's start coding. I actually thought that Wii Tennis would be too hard, but then I thought about it more and I asked myself, can I make a 2D Pong game? Yeah, probably. And can I turn that into a 3D Pong game? Yeah, probably. Can I add some way to control it physically? Yeah, probably. And isn't that what tennis is? About 45 minutes later, here's what we have. 2D tennis, minus literally every single aspect of tennis besides there being a ball that goes back and forth. Alright, this is cool and all, but I made this following a tutorial. However, the rest of the project is pretty much uncharted territory, so looks like we're on our own now, boys. I mean, what the hell even is 3D Pong? I realize now that physically doesn't even make sense. I created a new 3D project and I got some paddle movement working, but how would the ball even move? For some reason, the first thing that came into my mind was just rotating the direction of the floor, and we could just let gravity take care of the rest. I honestly thought this was brilliant, and I didn't know why other people weren't doing this. Oh, that's why. Yeah, let's immediately cut the crap and just apply some good old force equals mass times acceleration, aka Newton's second law, aka Newton's first law. Alright, this ain't it. Ah, there we go. This is it, chief. Oh. Okay then. Fuck! Alright, now that we got that working flawlessly, let's make some controls. Obviously, we aren't pressing any fucking buttons. It's 2020. That's why I threw away my grandma's life alert. My first thought was to get a VR headset with those remote arm control things and make this entire project into VR Wii Tennis. But then I saw the price of a VR headset and yeah. Support my Patreon though if you want to see some hardcore VR games. I also thought about just buying a Wii remote and somehow making it work with my computer, but for some reason that felt even more outdated than just pressing buttons. Then I thought about using my webcam with image processing software to detect the position of my hand. Pretty fucking cool, huh? Yeah, I didn't do that either. I'm sure it's possible, but it sounds like actual work and I can't be fucked. And then it hit me. I already own the most versatile remote on earth. A phone. Export to Xcode.
XD.
So now this ball just moves in the direction that I move my phone. Pretty cool, right?
Oh, that's actually sick.
I fucking lost my project, dude. So right here, I accidentally fucked with some files in the Unity project. Then this popped up, and my entire project was deleted. I spent the next 25 minutes trying to find it, but no, that shit pulled a Devin Crawford. On any normal day, I would have fucking quit, went back to bed, and then wake up and switch my major to gender studies. But I decided that since I started a 24-hour challenge, I was gonna see it through. Alright, there was a dramatic coding montage that nobody asked for and nobody wanted. So what I accomplished here was basically just getting down the skeleton of the objects I'll need. I made my character, which is a bean, because that's how Unity characters are anyway. I made the map out of a bunch of cube objects because in my last video I used terrain and got roasted for it in the comments. But honestly, don't care, didn't ask, plus I bench more than you. I made a custom paddle because the rectangle I made at first wasn't very forgiving of my aim. Then I was messing around with the control settings with a little batting cage playing against the wall because no one else wanted to play with me, so it's basically high school all over again. It took me a really long time to figure out the hinge between my bat and my player because obviously they need to be connected to each other, but physics go brrr. Alright, so now we need to make it actually look like Wii Sports. I basically just kept watching Wii Sports gameplay and tried to make something like that, but I swear to God, all I fucking saw was Ben Awad. And here's where I'm gonna break away from Wii Sports in favor of something a little sexier. I just downloaded a shit ton of skyboxes and I'm pretty excited. This is my first time ever experimenting with skyboxes, but I don't know, I think this is what it feels like to be God. Alright, cool. So now we need to make 2 enemy players that move on their own. Well, actually, we need to make 4 players that move on their own because Nintendo games are all fucking brain dead. I mean, they even tried my League in 24-hour challenge, and if we're being honest, I low-key kicked their ass. I'm pretty sure in Wii Sports, you don't even control the movement of your own character. You just swing your arms and let the game take care of 99% of it while you convince yourself that you're actually doing something. I wrote some scripts that just sort of have the player follow where the ball is going, but I tried to add some variants so that every character didn't move in the exact same way because it makes the game look like a fucking foosball table. I also had a little phase where I got carried away with paddle sizes. First, sound effects. As per usual Tren Black style, I'm just gonna steal them from the actual game. Now this is the part that I am the most proud of. So Wii Sports has these 2 animations, one that starts at the beginning of the game and one when someone scores. Check out how sick this shit is. I also updated the ball's texture. I don't even know how tennis works. Like, I'm Bengali, none of this baseball and tennis shit. We play cricket and badminton. I'd probably have more fun coding a shuttlecock. Yeah, the little bird thing in badminton. It's called a shuttlecock. Basically, I just have an int variable as 0 or 1, keeping track of who was the last person to hit it. If the ball lands somewhere out of bounds, then it gives a point to the person who wasn't the last person to hit it, unless it bounces on the ground twice. Then it gives a point to the last person who hit it. Now, the scoring system is actually kind of complicated, and I honestly can't be fucked, so I just got an array with 0, 15, 30, and 40, and first to 40 wins the game. And of course, when someone makes a point, it shows that animation from before. And there we have it, Wii Tennis. A map, AI bots, automatic movement, hand gesture controls, animation, sounds, a proper scoring system, win screen. It's a full game that you can play and win, all made in under 24 hours, which means I beat Creationist by 6 days. But I wasn't satisfied. The way that the ball moves in actual Wii Tennis was really fucking with my head. It's almost as if Wii gave like a gravitational force that was pulling the balls towards the bats. So that's where my problem was. I was trying to model the game after reality, but then it hit me. Games aren't reality. In reality, I can't hit a fucking tennis ball to save my life, but somehow in Wii, I hit it perfectly every time. So although my 24 hours were up, I decided to spend about 6 more hours tweaking the ball and player movement scripts. Overall, I changed like 10 lines of code. So 30 hours, 24 hours, whatever. Here's Wii Tennis. Now granted, it's a buggy piece of shit, but that's expected. Alright guys, new segment. I'm gonna respond to comments on previous videos as my outros. That is a fake video. You can't achieve this without any background knowledge. You Myron, dude? Yeah, you Myron. Could you teach me how to code? Personally, I will not teach you how to code, no. Hey look, it's the 2 biggest cloud chasers in game dev. Is this really his first time using C#? Yeah, I fucked around with ASP.NET for like 3 days when I was 13 years old, but basically my secret to using C# is just closing my eyes and pretending it's Java.